Hi everyone, it's Angela with Mystic Moon bringing you guys the weekly soul connection reading. And so this is going to be for today's date, which is Monday, August 26th, going all the way until Sunday, September 1st. We are already into September. So anyways, the soul connection reading is going to be connected to those of you that might label your connection as a twin flame, a soulmate. At the end of the day, the label really doesn't matter. We're going to be focusing on the energies that exist between you and another. Now, the thing is, it must be a romantic style situation. And what I mean by that is that at some point in time, whether it was in the past or it's current, you and this person have actually exchanged, conversation and words, that there has been a mutual interest on both people's parts, okay? For whatever reason you guys decided to separate or you're in challenge right now, that's beside the point. But the thing is, they have feelings for you. They know they have feelings for you. You have it for them. It's not just I've seen someone across the room. I feel this person and me are meant to be, or it's just some person at work that I've never really talked to. I just kind of have this feeling about them. Those are just the kinds of connections that I'm not really tapping into. I'm moving forward. I'm just not guided to really tap into those types of connections. So I'm not doing those personally either when it comes to the readings that I provide for general readings on YouTube as well as paid readings. So I just wanted to let you guys know. And generally, my readings tend to go towards those that are in separation or challenge. But again, at the end of the day, take what resonates for your situation. You could take a little bit, maybe get rid of something that doesn't fit, maybe chuck the entire reading. You're finding if something isn't resonating with you in the first 5 minutes, chuck it. Disconnect. Don't put yourself through something. Don't try to make something fit, is my point. No reason to do that. So anyways, we're just going to jump right into the reading. I am going to be using the love magnet. This is the biggest pyramid here, the biggest pyramid organite that Wing and Bell makes. This is their Archangel Chamuel love magnet. It's beautiful. I am very honored to say I was one of the first people to own one of their biggest organites, and so I just love this thing. It's so freaking powerful. So we're going to be tapping into those energies today for our reading, and everything that I'm using, like I said, will be in the links in the description box below. I will go ahead and let you guys know what I'm using as I shuffle. If there are any of the decks that I've created personally, they will be available in my Etsy shop. But if you guys are international, you'll have to email me for a special ordering link. So let's get into the reading, you guys. I have created a special outline today. I felt guided to do something a little bit different. So I hope you guys enjoy it. The very first thing that we're going to do is we're just going to get an opening message from Spirit. Just general, what does Spirit want to bring us as far as the opening message for your connection today? I will be using terms such as masculine and feminine. Masculine, I tend to say he, and feminine, she, but I realize that these are energies and that it can be vice versa. So just again, apply it how it resonates with you. It's just easier for me to channel when I do that. The very first deck that I want to introduce, I'm going to be using today for the first time. I actually used it on my Instagram this morning, but first time I'm using it on YouTube. Medium on a Mission, Heather Filona. Good friend of mine here. She created her very first oracle deck. It's called When Spirit Speaks. So I will put her link to her Etsy shop where you guys can get these in the description box below. She's also a medium, and I can speak from personal experience because the thing is, I've known Heather for a while now, but I have never gotten an actual reading from her. I didn't really have anybody on the other side that I was really needing to contact. I just hadn't, And so just recently, somebody that I used to be close with passed away, and I just felt kind of, just a little confused about it. And so she was able to tap into these energies from the other side and really bring forth some beautiful healing messages, for closure and things like that for me. So it was an amazing experience, and I highly recommend her. And I wanted to recommend her, fully when I had gotten my own personal reading. So now I am blessed to say that I have, and I definitely highly recommend her. So I'll go ahead and put all of her information down below if you guys are looking to contact somebody from the other side. It was quite the healing experience. So we're going to be using her deck here today. And what do I want to combine them with? I'm going to combine them with this tarot deck right here. It is called the Honest Truth Tarot. Okay. So we're actually going to use these two decks today. So let's get into it. What does Spirit want us to know? What is the opening message from Spirit on your connection today? lay them out like this. I wasn't really feeling reversals today, even though some of this deck is reversed, so I'm just not going to do it, you guys. If you guys see me pull a reversed card, it's an accident. I just don't want to sit here and have to, you know, put it all in order. Sometimes I feel it, sometimes I don't. I'm not feeling it today. Okay. Let's get a message here. Opening message. We have lessons, okay? So some sort of lessons here that we need to learn. Very cool. This is a glossy deck, so it's actually really cool. All of my decks are matte finish, but I like the glossy. It's pretty. All right. 8 of Cups. Interesting. Okay, so this is specific. Now, it does say Saturn, okay? The top of this card says Saturn. And I literally just recently over the weekend posted, I think it was on Friday, I posted a Saturn retrograde going into direct. And I believe it goes direct. Don't quote me. It's like September 18th or something like that. Could be around that time. So that just means that during this period, since it has been in retrograde, which I believe has been since April of this year, we've been going through a lot of karmic cycles, wrapping things up, closing things out, learning lessons, leaving certain things behind. The 8 of Cups is all about leaving things behind. I'm going to go ahead and read the keywords here. It says restlessness, desire for more. So the thing is, the 8 of Cups usually indicates here that, you know what, whatever we're facing at a particular time, we're just like, you know, we're kind of done with it. It doesn't have any more to either teach us or to give us at that time. You're either dealing with another individual that maybe is not on the same page as you. You've already learned your lesson. Now it's time to move on. And that's exactly what Spirit is saying. Okay. So as we're transitioning, I should say, into September, it's kind of like we're just leaving perhaps, you know, all of this period where things maybe have been stagnant and really not going anywhere, or we've learned all we've needed to learn. We're ready to leave it behind. It's about walking away from things voluntarily. This isn't about being left. This is us making the decision to voluntarily walk away from something that is no longer serving us. So it's a very empowering message. It's a message that you're ready to walk away from a lesson. You're ready to walk away from something. The lesson has been served. Okay? That's what it is. It's a beautiful opening message. We're going to get three specific messages here. We have timing. Wow. Oh my gosh. What an amazing image. You see the little baby in there? It's like iridescent belly, so you can see the baby in there. Timing. All right, so let's get the tarot here. King of Cups. Wow. Okay, so the King of Cups is Scorpio specific, but it can be any water sign energy here. It can be a masculine energy as well, with it being the King's energy. But we've got Cancer, Pisces, or specific Scorpio. So the King of Cups says decisive, idealistic, and intuitive. So the King of Cups to me is somebody who is ready for commitment, somebody who is ready for the long haul, ready for perhaps marriage, a family. That could just be the correct time, as in it's time for us to walk away from a situation so we can go towards, perhaps if some of you guys are looking for a more suitable partner, that could be it, okay? Maybe this connection that you're watching these videos for every single week, maybe it's just at that point where, you know what, you're just ready to let go. That could be a message for some of you, meaning that you guys could have come into this reading for like one last time, like I'm going to just give it one last time just to see what happens. And this is your opening message. Maybe beyond these opening messages, you don't even need to tap in. Maybe you're just kind of done with checking in on these energies for a while, or for good completely. It's up to you, okay? But we've got this energy here that's saying timing. Now, the King of Cups doesn't necessarily have to be another person. It could just be our own energy. This is like mastering our own emotions, mastering a lesson, kind of putting that crown on of a lesson and saying, you know what, it's time. It's time for me to show up for myself. It's time for me to emotionally support myself instead of looking for this outside of myself. Do you see? And we have learning. Wow. Learning, lessons, timing, you guys. That's really cool. I am in love with Heather's cards. Like I said, this is my second time using them today, and I freaking love them. They're magical. Okay, so let's go ahead and get another message here. 3 of Cups, you guys. 3 of Cups. Celebration, friendship, exuberance. Mercury. Okay, so this 3 of Cups here, this is a really beautiful card because this is about coming together with like-minded individuals, celebrating, having a good time, being with family and friends, okay? So there's definitely some sort of coming together and feeling really good, and maybe perhaps learning something together with like-minded individuals. All I know is that this opening message is so powerful and so positive. It just means that it's time, okay? Maybe you've learned a lesson. The time has finally come for you to walk away and to finally ascend to the next level. You're ready, is what I'm getting here. Celebrate. Celebrate this learned experience. Celebrate. It's kind of like this crown. You're putting this crown on yourself, right? These are all cups, by the way, you guys. This is a very emotional energy. It's a very emotional lesson. You can crown yourself. You've made it. You've done it. You've learned the lesson here. It's time. It's time to move towards something new. That's literally the message, you guys. It's beautiful. So, like I said, some of you might just want to stop right there. You don't even need to move forward. Some of you, maybe this will all tie into this reading. We shall see, okay? So let's go ahead and move forward now and go into the energies of the masculine and the feminine. So depending on who you are watching the video, that's what we're going to tap into. So we're going to pull these cards over here. So the cards I chose here for the masculine and feminine today are going to be my Twin Flame Tarot, my Twin Flame Journey Tarot, and my Twin Flame Oracle. All right. Oops. Move this just a little bit over there. There we go. All right. So let's go ahead and break it down, okay? We're going to break it down. Mind, heart, environment, soul, and then we're also going to get kind of like a like an underlying issue, okay? Underlying issue. All right, so masculine's mental energy. We have death. Interesting. Unawakened. Okay, so this is the thing, you guys. The King of Cups is Scorpio specific, and so is death. Okay, so there could be a special message about a Scorpio, about you if you're a Scorpio, about your masculine, if you're a feminine watching this video, whoever's watching it, doesn't matter. Could be something about the sign of Scorpio, but let's get off the signs. It really doesn't matter, okay? Because it could be for anything, anyone. Death is an energy of transition, okay? It's not really death. It's not like a physical death. It's a metaphor. It's letting the old die so that way the new can be reborn. So the fact that we have this death and then we have unawakened, this death and transition is happening from an unawakened state going into an awakened state. That is what I am seeing here for the masculine. So the masculine's undergoing some major transformation, some major transition, maybe even perhaps a major ending that is going to help him with his awakening process. That's what I'm seeing here. What's happening here in the emotions? We have the Knight of Swords, which is Gemini specific, and we have Union. Very interesting. Okay, so what I'm getting here with this Knight of Swords energy is this decisive action. Swords to me are very mental energy. It's like things that we're thinking. And now we're needing to take those thoughts and we're needing to take them and put them into action. I feel like the masculine right now, for some, it's not going to resonate for everybody, okay? The masculine may be thinking with this newfound energy of something ending and becoming awakened and transitioning into a new phase. He might be coming into union with his own heart space, and he might be wanting to take certain action that is going to be taken towards perhaps coming together in his heart space with another person, okay? We haven't gotten into the feminine just yet, so this could really be open. So that's why I'm saying it's not about the feminine, not just yet, I don't know. But it's definitely coming into union with oneself. That's what I like to see. It's coming into his feelings. It's taking decisive action to figure out perhaps something that's keeping him from, coming into union with himself or even a counterpart. So there's some sort of a major transition and thinking and figuring things out and taking action on those things, especially this week. It doesn't mean he will do all these things this week. This just means this is the energy that is within the masculine's just energy filled. What's going on in his environment? 10 of Wands, we have a heavy burden, wanting to let go of something. Wow. Devotion. So what I'm getting here for some is that they may have something that they're tied to out of devotion, out of obligation, okay? But it's a burden. It's something that they would like to take decisive action to let it go. They might feel like it is preventing them from being able to, live the life that they want to live. They might have dedicated all their time and their energy towards taking care of others. And it's now starting to wear and tear on them. It's now starting to cause them to feel like they just don't want to do it anymore. They want to close this chapter out, okay? Again, I'm not saying that this is what the masculine will do. These are just the energies that are within the masculine this week. Let's take a look at the soul's energy. Ace of Wands. We have regret. Interesting. What I'm getting here is that the masculine on a soul level, that's why we have the death here. The death is really talking about, the masculine waking up to something, understanding something. There's a energy of regret with the masculine. This could be regret with how certain decisions that he has made in his life with perhaps the current union that he is in, the current relationship that he's in, if that applies. It could be something that he has done to, screw up a union, perhaps with the feminine. So there's some sort of regret here, and there's a spark. So there's a sudden spark in his soul on a deep level. And I have on the bottom of this deck Divine Feminine. So yes, it could be about the Divine Feminine. And it could be for some of you. So it's definitely an energy here where he's starting to kind of wake up and see something for what it truly is. Again, doesn't guarantee that he will make this decisive action this week or at all. It's just indicating that this energy is suddenly with him. He suddenly has some spark that's helping him to awaken and to see things when it comes to a particular union. Again, it could be a union that he's in currently that's a burden, or it could be about his Divine Feminine. Either way, we have the masculine really thinking about things this week and going through a major transition. That's what I'm seeing here. So why don't we go ahead and go into the therapy flashcards, which is going to help us to see. I have so many decks over here. I'm just piling decks through. Let's see what the underlying issue is for the masculine at this time. What is the underlying issue? These are the therapy flashcards. Underlying issue for the masculine at this time. Intimacy. Interesting, you guys. Okay. So the underlying issue for the masculine is intimacy. Some of you, it could be that it is a fear of intimacy, a deep, true intimacy, love, okay? Maybe this masculine only knows how to connect through sex, okay? Maybe some of them are missing this intimacy, perhaps with their feminine. Maybe this masculine does not have this intimacy with his current partner, if that applies. But all I know is that the underlying issue for the masculine this week is that he is missing intimacy. Okay, or there's an issue surrounding it, a fear of it. Okay, so it says a quality of interpersonal connectedness and familiarity, emotional and empathetic between individuals. And then we also have fear of intimacy, resistance to self-disclosure, short-term relationships, distancing techniques, defense mechanisms, emotional parsimony, I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, meaningless sexual encounters, okay? And then we also have intimacy desperation, overcompensation, relationships that move too quickly, inappropriate self-disclosure, regrettable sexual encounters. So you guys, it could be a combination of those things. There's many masculines out there in the collective, so this could technically pertain a few of these, all of them, or just one of them to your masculine. But there's some kind of issues going on when it comes to sex and intimacy, a fear of it, a lack of it, all of the above, okay? And I just feel like the Divine Feminine it's not an accident that she's popping up here to basically, it has something to do with her. There's some sort of regret. He's thinking about it. It's sparked up again. Okay. He's thinking about it heavily. And it might be that he's starting to feel the repercussions of the decisions that he's made, the burdens that he currently has. Interesting. So that's what we have for the masculine. Let's take a look and see what we have for the feminine. Mentally, 5 of Wands and bound. Interesting. So the feminine has a little bit of a shadow, a little bit of a struggle this week. She goes back and forth in her mind. Sometimes she's feeling stuck. Other times maybe she's not. The feminine might even feel like she's in competition If this has something to do with the masculine, it could just be other people in her environment. It could also just be something going on within her mind, her own inner struggles, her own addictions, things that she is tied to, things that are very difficult for her. So it's definitely some heavy energy here in the mental realm, emotions. Oh, wow. See? Yeah, there's definitely something dark going on for the feminine this week. Received. But the thing is, she's receiving everything that she needs right now. This feminine is receiving these shadows for a reason. It is to help her to clear it. Okay, so she's meant to struggle this week with her emotions and with her thoughts and with her ego. Okay, this is also an energy where maybe she's starting to feel perhaps a little heavy when it comes to something, and so she's wanting to clear this energy. The fact that we have not only the devil, but we have bound. I created those 2 cards obviously with the devil's energy. Okay, so that to me is just like a double confirmation that the feminine is feeling really bound this week to something, and she's getting she's receiving what she needs, is in she's understanding that, you know what, she's receiving actually the answer. She's receiving the key. She's receiving the key. She understands, she knows what she has to do. That's just what I'm getting here. Okay, so there's no real big mystery. Environment. Interesting. We have the observer card, and we also have equality. So this is things that are outside of the feminine. It could be that there is someone around the feminine that is watching her, that is looking at her, observing, questioning her, kind of like figuring out something about the feminine, like what is she up to? It's a big mystery. It's a big enigma. We also have the 6 of Pentacles. Somebody wants to give something to the feminine. So the feminine, she may be aware of this, she may not be aware of this. Either way, there's some kind of energy that wants to come towards her, but whoever this is questioning whether they should or not. So it's very interesting energy. Soul level. Yeah, see, we definitely have shadows around the feminine this week. Inner child, look at that. Wounds, deep wounds from the past. There could be something that she's really dealing with that is family related, of course, because I do see the devil's energy sometimes as things that we're bound to our upbringing. Now that we have this inner child here, any kind of third party situations is in family situations, people that are in that betrayal, backstabbing kind of an energy. It's definitely heartbreaking. It's sad. So the feminine right now might be really clearing up certain cycles, and it might be that other people in her life are triggering her right now in order to kind of have you received the lesson. Are you putting up boundaries? Is this something that you need to learn again? Do you need to go down this road again? Or do we need to basically pull back and you know what I mean? There's some kind of energy there. So is she going to fight with people, or is she going to pull away? So there's a decision I feel that the feminine needs to make this week, but I feel like she already knows what to do. So what I'm inclined to say to feminines is to make sure that you trust your intuition on things. Don't discount a feeling. Don't do something because you're just, I hate to say this, but I have to. This is what I'm getting from spirit. Don't let your fear, your fear of upsetting other people or, being looked upon in a negative light. Don't let that be the determining factor when it comes to dealing with unhealthy people or situations. Trust your intuition, trust your gut. Your gut is correct. That's what I'm getting here. Your gut is absolutely correct on a situation. So just keep trusting it. Keep moving forward. Keep clearing it, because you've received everything that you need to know. I'm also getting too with the opening message. You've already received the lesson in something. So it's better to walk away and just keep moving forward and keep your eyes on the horizon instead of dealing with things that are no longer serving you. So this is very general, you guys. This is not about the masculine yet. This is the feminine and her own energy this week. It could have something to do with the feminine. We did see that for the masculine, that there was some elements that had to do with her. But the thing is, I'm getting here that this might be a little bit about the masculine, but there's some other things that are going on that are heavy issues, perhaps related to childhood, that she's really going through and breaking this week. All right, so let's take a look at the underlying issue for the feminine. Coping mechanism. Wow. Okay, you guys, so what I'm picking up on here is that the feminine might have a coping mechanism, obviously. Something that we just kind of do just to cope, just to get by. And that coping mechanism actually might be more damaging than the feminine realizes. Maybe it just kind of keeps her stuck. Maybe it keeps lower vibrational people just attached to her like a freaking, you know, like a succubus. Just people that are like leeching off, people that are just kind of, you know, getting that energy from the feminine, but she's not really being, she's being depleted. She's not really being reinforced with anything positive. It's just take, 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 and never give, give, give. And that is why I feel like this might also be in her environment as well, as she has people that want to give to her, but she's questioning it. If your gut tells you, don't do it, I'm telling you this week, don't frickin' do it. Don't do it just to survive. Don't do it just to have, because this is what you always do to cope. You know, you learn how to deal with something just by coping with it a certain way. Like, well, you know, I don't really want to do this, but I'll just do this just to kind of keep the peace. I'm getting F that this week. That's what I'm seeing here. Again, this might have something to do with the masculine. So some of you out there, feminines watching the video, if you're masculine, might be trying to come back this week. It might be that deep down inside, you know that there's still things that need to be cleared and healed. So you're not trying to invite your masculine back in this week because you realize that there's still crap here. Okay. And even though the masculine is clearing things, we can see there's not really a lot of action cards that are saying he's doing that. He's coming towards the feminine. He's going through something in a deep way, but there's no guarantees that he's actually doing anything with that knowledge or wisdom. But the feminine has some sort of an ability to use her wisdom to her advantage this week, with whatever that may be. So I hope that resonates with you guys. All right. So now we're going to move on, and we're going to go into what is the basis of the current connection. We are going to be using Anthea Sparks, Reclaim Your Power Oracle cards. What is the basis of this connection this week? Wow, we have divine love. We have our time, walk together. We have manifesting success. Oops. We have the Queen of Air. And we have the Lady of Trickery. So this is the thing, okay? We have feminine energy here. Now, what I'm getting here from this feminine, whoever the feminine is in this connection, she senses something is in the air. She does. She senses it's there. This divine love connection. That's the truth. The truth of the matter is that she sees this person as her divine counterpart. But the thing is, there's an energy here. Lady of Trickery, dishonesty, and neglect. So there is something that the feminine really does have to examine. She has to consider about this connection. We have God of Power, manifesting success, our time, walk together. So when I see our time, I don't necessarily see anybody on that card. I just see a bunch of lights. And so I look at that card, even though Anthea may have created that card to mean something different. But what it means to me is that there's a connection in spirit. Obviously, this connection right now, if you're not in a physical union, you guys are energetically in some sort of connection, but it's not of the 3D world at this time. You're not able to manifest it in a successful way in the 3D world. Why is that? Because there is still dishonesty and neglect around. That's why. So, of course, it could tie to the masculine's energies right now. It could even tie to the feminines. Maybe the feminine's got some stuff going on to where, you know, starting a relationship out or trying to reconnect when she still has things she needs to clear up is probably not a good idea, okay? But we can see here that the masculine may have perhaps another person around him or a burden that he needs to get rid of. So if he hasn't gotten rid of whatever this is yet, even though he might be feeling regret over it or over what happened with the feminine, I still feel like people have some stuff that they need to clear out first before they can come together. And so that's just the basis of the connection right now, is that the feminine is sensing that there's some sort of shifts that are happening in the air. She is sensing some sort of shifts with commitment, perhaps with her masculine or even her own commitments that she's made. But we have something to consider. Integrity, being dishonest, maybe even the energy of neglect, people neglecting their own partners on account of this connection. So I almost feel like the conclusion here, and I'm only saying this because there's so much feminine energy here, I'm not trying to take the masculine out of it, but I have goddess, lady, and queen, all feminine energy here. So I feel like this is a message for the feminine, if you're watching the video, that the thing is, your time right now to come into this union and to manifest the success in this union. You have the opportunity to do that, but I'm getting here that the time is not correct right now. Now, that's not going to apply for everybody. Maybe some of you it is the correct time, but the people that I'm tapping into, this is the energy, okay? So it's really just showcasing that, you know what, you guys will have your time at some point perhaps in the 3D world, but right now it looks like energetically that's just kind of where it's at while people figure out what they're going to do, okay? Just need to go ahead and just change this song real quick. Sorry about that. All right. So anyways, let's go ahead and move on now that we know that that's kind of the basis of the connection right now. It's really about the feminine and her, what she's receiving. And that kind of goes back to the cards that we just pulled for her. She has received something. She has received the message that's in the air. She's received that right now might not be the correct time, that people still have stuff they got to clear up. They still have ties perhaps to either partners or dishonest, cheating ways, if that is an element in your connection, or addictions that needs to be cleared. So she's not trying to be in this energy, perhaps with the masculine. She wants to be in truth. That's like the only way she is wanting this connection, is if it is in that way. She's not wanting to go and manifest something that isn't going to be right for her. It doesn't make sense to manifest something that isn't ready. So if you're dealing with the masculine who's in all of this energy here, and you're also in this energy, it's just not the right time. But it is a time for transformation. It is a time for healing. It is a time for working on yourself. That is what I'm seeing here. And it is a time to let go of certain things that are no longer serving you. You can put your crown on. You've learned something major here. Maybe the masculine has as well, but it might be that the timing, do you see that baby still in the belly? So I'm kind of now getting the message. It's not ready to be born just yet. There's still some time that needs to go on. There's still some ascension and learning and maturing that needs to go on first, okay? So let's now take a look and see what are the masculine's energies towards the feminine. So I'm going to go ahead and use the Magic of You Oracle, and I'm going to combine it with a new tarot deck that I have. It's called the Raphaelite Tarot. I might not be saying that right, but that's what it is. Sorry guys, I'm gonna just have to switch this station really quick. It's just a little too loud for me. Okay. All right, so how is the masculine feeling towards the feminine? What is the masculine's just kind of energies and the intentions that he has at this time towards the feminine? Let's take a look. All right, so how is he seeing the feminine right now when he thinks about her? What does this energy look like? We have the Three of Pentacles. Interesting. So the Three of Pentacles is a card of teamwork. How to come together and make this work. Why is the masculine thinking about this right now? Okay, so let's go ahead and have the emotions. Oh, 2 threes. Look at that. 3 of Wands now. So when I see threes can indicate, of course, third-party situations, not always. The only reason I'm bringing this up is because I actually did see some kind of energy that was connected to the masculine, that he might have something else going on. Now, that's not going to resonate for everybody out there. He might just have a tie to wanting to keep his options open. But for some, they could actually be with a person, like a karmic partner, or just in another situation where they are attached to it in some way. So I'm kind of seeing this energy that's still around the masculine. But the threes, to me, especially the Three of Wands, the Three of Wands is about waiting for your ships to come back, waiting for something to happen. So for some of the masculines in his heart space, like in his head space, he might be thinking about how he wants to try to make something work. But in his heart space, it's kind of like he's not willing to take that chance and put it out there. It's almost like he's waiting for the feminine. That's an interesting energy. What is the masculine's true intention? We have Vertigo. Whatever you choose will be correct. Interesting. So this right here, it's like the masculine has a choice. What does he do? Does he go with his head? Does he go with his heart? His heart is afraid is what I'm seeing here. It is. It's afraid. He's afraid to move forward for whatever reason. Maybe he's afraid to move forward because he hasn't changed. Maybe he's afraid to move forward because he's afraid that the feminine will, perhaps, what's the word I'm looking for, reject him. It could be he's not even sure if this is something that would even work anymore, The Three of Pentacles in the mind space is just telling me here that the thought is there, the thought of coming together in the 3D world. So to me, that's a 3D card to me, meaning that a masculine that might want to come forward and do something in the physical world, perhaps. So whatever you choose will be correct. So this is interesting. I am getting the message here that the masculine is leaving it up to the feminine. Now, feminines, please do not take this as you're supposed to do something, okay? You got to do what you got to do because that's your own feeling, that's your own intuition, that's your own inner calling. Your own inner voice is telling you this. I am not telling you, and neither should anybody else tell you in a reading what you should or shouldn't do, just in life in general. Whatever you choose, Divine Feminine, will be correct. So if some of you have made a decision that, you know what, maybe you've gone back and forth with your masculine a few times and you're just tired of it and you're just not going to do it anymore, and you're saying to yourself, you know what, he's going to have to come back. He's going to have to make the effort to come back if he wants to make this work again. So that will be a correct choice. If some of you decide that you want to make a move towards your masculine, I'm getting here that might be the correct choice. Whatever happens is going to basically do something. Now, it might not give you the outcome that you are wanting or desiring at this time. So if you choose to do nothing, that will be correct. If you choose to do something, there's not really a lot that you can do to screw things up. I mean, you might feel crappy if you reach out and you don't get a response. You might go towards somebody who's not ready yet, and so there could be all kinds of nightmares and games and all kinds of stuff that happens with a connection that shouldn't be happening right now, perhaps. Maybe some of you go towards this partnership and it's exactly the right time. Again, it's going to resonate for everybody differently. All I know, though, is that we have a masculine who's on the fence and he's perfectly happy to stay right in the middle and leave it up to the feminine. Why? Why is this masculine perfectly fine to leave it up to the feminine? Oh, look at this, Seven of Cups, and we've got the Wheel of Fortune. The Seven of Cups is a card of needing to make a decision. This is a procrastinator. This is somebody who's kind of living in a fantasy world with their head in the clouds, okay? So, and then also the Seven of Cups can be somebody who just has a lot of choices. They have a lot of options, and so they might want to keep their options open. But I'm getting here that like that all ends. If they were to make a decision to come towards their feminine, there's something that would have to change and they know it. They'd have to grow up. So some of them might not be turning the key in this connection because they're not necessarily ready to give up some sort of lifestyle. That could be it. Not for everybody. But I feel like that's what the masculine is afraid of. The masculine is afraid of change. And that's what the Wheel of Fortune is. The Wheel of Fortune talks about change. Okay, and the Wheel of Fortune is directly connected to the sign of Sagittarius. So that could be a significant message for those of you out there watching the video. So I just want to make sure that I didn't skip any other signs that came up in the reading. Hold on for just a moment. The Devil's energy, I forgot to say, is the sign of Capricorn. And I believe that that was it. Yeah. So that is kind of like where the masculine is currently at. Teeter-tottering back and forth with something, but kind of putting it back on the feminine. Why? Because he's a dreamer, because he's in the clouds, because he's unstable emotionally, because he's all over the place, because he fears that he might have to change. He knows that things would have, in order to move forward, he would have to make a decision, and he's not wanting to make a decision. He would rather stay confused in the clouds and stuck than make a decision. But the thing is that he does go back and forth in his mind. Should he turn the key? That is what I am seeing here. So he's stuck, feminines. He's very much stuck. So let's take a look and see what is the feminine's energy towards the masculine mentally. What is she seeing when she thinks of him? Look at this, you guys, threes all day long. So this is just probably confirming here that you know that the masculine has a current partner. That's for some of you. It's not everyone, though. You might just know deep down inside that you're that ultimate that ultimate feminine for your masculine, and that nothing else is ever going to compare. And so for you, you're just going to kind of sit on your throne, and it's not like you're going to sit around and wait, but you're just feeling really pretty in what you know. That's what I'm getting here, okay? Some of you might even want to come together and get married and have a baby. Oh, look at this. 6 of Cups. Again, in your heart space, just I'm getting an inner knowingness that the feminine has. She's very strong in what she knows. And what she knows right now is the masculine is not ready, but she knows that one day he will be, which is really interesting. So what are her true intentions? Just so you know, guys, the Empress can be Taurus or Libra. Sacrifice. Exactly. Oh my gosh, what can you let go of? Oh, man. Her true intentions towards the masculine, she's not sure what she wants to do. She's on the fence. I mean, what can you let go of? Feminines, you might have to sacrifice something in order to be with this masculine. And you might be kind of trying to figure out, is that what you want to do? And I'm almost getting that you're leaving it up to fate, is what I'm seeing here, perhaps, when your masculine returns. The 6 of Cups means somebody comes back. They return. You guys have an opportunity to reconcile. So what can you let go of? So you would have to let go of certain things. You would have to let go of your fears. You would have to let go of just your insecurities a lot. You would have to sacrifice in order to make this work, or to even be in the proximity of your masculine again. And some of you, that might be worth it. And others, you might be saying, you know what? No, I'm willing to wait until the time is right, and I'm not coming back. I'm not reaching out. I'm waiting for that masculine to do the right thing and to reach out. That's kind of what I'm getting here. Wow, why is this sacrifice energy here? We have the Knight of Wands. Exactly, somebody's playerish behavior. The Knight of Wands is card of Sagittarius, okay? So you could be a Sagittarius or dealing with the Sagittarius. This could be in a fire sign as well, but it is specific Sagittarius. Aries, also Leo. But this right here is the player of the deck for me. This is somebody who doesn't want to settle down, somebody that just loves to have sex, somebody who just loves to be a player and just be adventurous and not settle down, okay? So it's kind of like the feminine would have to sacrifice perhaps being with a partner that might not be 100% committed. Okay, so again, this is her inner knowing that she doesn't want this right now. She would rather go without this masculine, forego the connection until he's ready. Two of Swords. So the Two of Swords is like, is she going to put on the freaking blinders with this? Or is she going to face this problem and say, this is what it is. I'm either going to sacrifice or I'm not. All I know is that the feminine is coming through very strong in her own energy. She's very empowered right now. And I don't feel like she's willing to sacrifice or settle for this kind of behavior. So I feel like she's very empowered. And so again, I feel that that's another reason why right now she senses what the masculine's going through. She would rather walk away with this lesson right now, maybe allow her masculine perhaps when the time is right to learn this lesson of emotional mastery, to grow up. She does sense that this is happening right now, but she senses that it's also not ready, that there's all this lower vibrational crap that's still lingering around, that he might still have some things that he needs to make decisive action towards and get rid of. She's not interested in that energy any longer, okay? So the feminine is coming through very loud and clear and strong right now when it comes to this connection. I feel like she's not wanting to settle no matter what. So what is the purpose of this connection? What is the purpose of this connection right now? This right here is the Dreams of Gaia Tarot. What is the purpose of this connection right now? Three of Swords. There's a lesson here. There's a lesson in third-party situation. I just keep getting it over and over and over again. Again, if some of you guys are not dealing with like an actual person affecting the relationship, or I should say you or your masculine are not allowing someone to interfere with the relationship, then it just means that there's outside circumstances, there's outside lessons that need to be learned and mastered before the two of you come together. Somebody's still learning a lesson. There's still that book that's open. There's still knowledge to be obtained here when it comes to heartbreak and sadness, which is Three of Swords energy. The things that hurt us help us to become stronger. It helps us to become more enlightened. We learned through pain, unfortunately. That's just how it goes. Ten of Pentacles. So the Ten of Pentacles is, to me, like the Ten of Cups, like a family card. So this is about traditions. It's about upbringing. It's also about the long haul, meaning like, are people invested in this connection for the long haul? Is it something that the masculine and the feminine can actually see themselves ending up together kind of in the end, later on in life? So there's some kind of energy there of, a while off. Yeah, here we have the King of Cups again. Another indication of Scorpio here, but regardless, the King of Cups is somebody who emotionally masters, somebody that learns the lessons, somebody who is ready for a commitment. The Ten of Pentacles is a card of marriage and children and commitment. So this masculine has to learn. He has to pull out of this Three of Swords crappy energy. It already came through. The Three of Swords will only bring heartbreak and sadness, which is why this card looks like that. And it was with the feminine. The feminine is like, can the masculine grow? It's not to blame the masculine completely, but there's a lot of energy coming through where he's got some issues. The Sage, when I see the Sage, this is a evolved masculine, okay? Somebody who has learned the lesson. So I'm kind of getting here that the purpose of this connection, just like right now, it's not completely the only purpose, but right now the main purpose of this connection is for the masculine to grow. Yes, the feminine needs to clear and grow and heal and move forward and all that other stuff, but this is more about the masculine and his lesson right now. That's kind of like what's holding up the connection. Yeah, Four of Wands energy. The Four of Wands can be seen as a twin flame card. The foundation of this connection right now is based upon the masculine and what he's doing right now and what he's not doing. So this is where free will comes in. Again, I'm not the end all when it comes to these concepts. Some people have different ideas about free will, but free will to me is free will, and all connections have it. No connection absolves someone of free will. So your masculine has the free will not to grow, not to evolve in this life, to continue to basically slip on this lesson. So the feminine can't be expected to sit around and wait for this one person, to get it together, unless that's what she feels guided to do. But if some of you guys are losing your lives or losing happiness, or you're miserable and you're sitting around hating your masculine, that's not going to help one bit. So that's why it's very important for everybody to just focus on themselves. So I feel like the holdup right now when it comes to the lessons of this connection and what's keeping it apart is the masculine needing to grow and needing to become wiser and more emotionally mature and connected, especially when it comes to commitment and marriage and family. Okay? So he's currently learning a lesson. That's how I'm seeing this. All right, so let's take a look now and see what are the lessons that you guys are providing for each other right now. Okay, so what I like to do is I like to take decks that are similar from the same creator and put them together. This deck is called the Sacred Power and the Sacred Spirit Reading cards. So I've combined both of these decks together, and we're just going to see what the lessons are that the masculine has for the feminine and vice versa. Okay, so what are the lessons that the masculine has for his feminine? Kundalini rising, ignite your passion for life. Damn. Okay, so I really love this. So this to me is like a strong spiritual soul connection that just lights your freaking fire. This masculine has awakened you feminine. That's how I'm seeing this. So the provided lesson right now, or I should say the lesson that the masculine is providing for you, is he's igniting your passion. He's giving you passion for something. Maybe it's passion to do something, to complete something, to create something. Whatever this is, take it, use it, utilize this energy. It is currently vibrating off of your masculine. It is a gift for you to use to your advantage. Okay? What about the feminine towards the masculine? Retreat. Interesting. Okay, so the lesson that the feminine is providing for the masculine is that it is okay for him to stay away. It is okay for him to retreat and take the time that he needs in order to heal. So that's really like her higher self that is secure enough. That's why we saw her in the Empress's energy. This divine feminine is sitting pretty. She's not sitting around crying. She might have other energies that she's bound to. We saw a lot of stuff in her general life that she has, maybe that she's, trying to get through. And maybe some of that stuff is about the masculine, but I'm seeing the majority of the feminine's energy in this reading is very in tune with the truth of who she is, what this connection is, and just seeing it very clearly and not trying to jump the gun and try to get involved in something that's just toxic or not ready at this time. So she is allowing her masculine to retreat and to maybe even stay at a distance from her while he does this healing, while he grows and while he learns. That's so fantastic. All right, let's go ahead and get another message here from the masculine to the feminine. Oh my God, I'm dying. Channel your knowledge. Yeah, some of you feminines out there have something to share. Okay, so this Kundalini rising, this igniting your passion for life, you're supposed to share something with the world. Now, some of you guys might be readers, healers, counselors. Maybe some of you guys are creating something. You're creating art, you're creating stories, poems, whatever. All I know is that you are meant to channel your knowledge about this whole entire situation or your connection or your journey to share with others in this life. So get on it. Okay, that's what I'm seeing. And we have compassion. See, the feminine has compassion while her masculine retreats. You want to know why? It's almost like they both, from their higher selves, know exactly what each other needs. The masculine knows that the feminine needs this time right now to create, and the feminine knows that the masculine needs this time to heal. Ah, it's so amazing and beautiful. I can barely deal with it. Okay, so that's what we're getting there. Next one, let's take a look and see energetic connection and communication. So how are you guys, the masculine and feminine, energetically connected? What energy are you guys picking up on from each other? We're going to do the Sans Souci cards here, and we're going to combine them with my Signs from Spirit Love Oracle. What are objects, energies, numbers, things that are connecting the two of you, and just energies? Let's see. Magical birthday. Oh my gosh. This is telling me here that if somebody has an upcoming birthday, that you guys are really going to be connected during that period of time. Okay. So they're going to remember you. You're going to remember them. You're going to cross their mind. They're going to cross yours. You guys are going to be connected by someone's birthday. We have survival, shark. Interesting. We have loyalty, swan. Oh, wow. Look at this. Oh, my God. Okay. So what I'm getting here is that for some reason, moving forward, a magical birthday, like there's going to be some sort of an energy here where people are connected when it comes to a birthday, so a date. I also have the energy here of loyalty and survival. This just means somebody is trying to just survive at this time. But there's a loyalty here. There's an undying connection, an undying loyalty that both the feminine and masculine have towards each other, but someone's trying to survive. While somebody's trying to survive and figure their shit out, you've got somebody else who's just basically writing. They're creating. We just got this with the masculine and the feminine, I swear. So the masculine right now is working out his crap while his feminine does something productive, creates something, does something that is related to her life's purpose. So right now the connection is not happening for a reason. So it is about really seeing the blessings in the timing right now. And that's why the opening message from Spirit was, let me find it. Where is it? The opening message from Spirit was, what is it? Timing. Do you see what I'm saying? It's not an accident, you guys. It really isn't. So, yeah. All right, let's keep moving. Let's get a higher self conversation going on here. So what I'm going to do is I like to use my Twin Flame Messages Volume 2 for the masculine, and I like to use my original for the feminine. So we're going to shuffle both of these guys up, and we're just going to kind of have a conversation back and forth between these two and just kind of see what the energies look like. So there's maybe no communication going on, or if there is, maybe people are not saying what they really want to say. So let's get some messages from the higher self. Higher self messages back and forth. Oh, wow. Okay, so you've affected my life significantly, and my heart is telling me to just do it. So the masculine right now is wanting to tell his feminine that you've affected my life significantly, meaning like, I'm still affected by you. I'm still affected by our connection. That's what the masculine is saying. The feminine is saying, my heart is just telling me to do it. So to do just what? That's going to be up to the feminine, basically, whoever's watching this video, to understand that. But the message is that you're supposed to do something right now, and your heart's just telling you it's time to do it, it's time to do it, it's time to do it. And that right there, it's kind of like you're having a conversation, perhaps back and forth in the higher selves. The masculine is saying, you've affected my life, you're important to me. And the feminine is saying, my heart's telling me to do it. Maybe her mind or her ego or her fear is saying, you know, I can't do something, whatever that is. So there's a fear I feel for the feminine, and the masculine is just really confirming that the feminine has really affected him in a significant way. Maybe she needs to know that in order to, you know, perhaps to do something. Okay. The masculine was reminded of the feminine scent lately or recently. We have your intensity, and okay, what I'm getting is this. Okay, to me, this is the feminine. These are the words, but this is like her understanding or knowing what the masculine is feeling and thinking about her. I was reminded of your scent recently. This is saying your intensity frightens and allures me all at the same time. This feminine understands that she is very alluring to her masculine, that she's one of a kind. I did see that with the Empress's energy earlier with the way she's seeing him. She knows that she's his Empress, okay? And he knows it too, but the thing is, he might have some kind of situation or fear that's keeping him from really truly opening himself up to experiencing this connection with this feminine. Absolutely. But we do have this energy here where she understands that he's frightened, but he also is allured by her at the same time. So he wants her, but at the same time, he's purposely staying away. So she's understanding this. It's like she's clarifying or clarifying to him that she understands that he has been significantly affected by her and that he still does care about her. So she does know this. She knows it in her heart, but her mind and her ego at times convince her otherwise. So do you see how this is like a back and forth little communication between the ego, the higher self? That's what I'm seeing here. Last message. You are special to me even though I never told you. So if this masculine never told you how special you were to him, or he told you otherwise, maybe some of them even told you that you didn't really matter to them that much, you were special to your masculine. And are. And your beauty still moves me. Absolutely. So you have a masculine and feminine that actually feel equally towards each other. My heart's telling me to do it. Your intensity, it does scare me, but it allures me at the same time. Your beauty's moving me. I love your scent. You've affected my life significantly. You're special. I mean, this energy is very much in tune with each other. The higher selves are in tune. They're becoming aligned. It's just that 3D energy is having a little bit of a difficult time, or I should say a different timeline matching up in the physical. But that is the higher self's messages back and forth to each other. They still move one another. They're still affected by one another. I almost am getting an energy of regret that neither partner maybe expressed fully how they felt towards one another. Okay, interesting. All right, let's take a look and see what is something that is hidden. Something that's hidden right now. What is something that is hidden with the masculine? What is something that the masculine is either hiding or hiding from right now? Or maybe something that the feminine doesn't know. Let me just grab this deck that fell a little bit. Hold on for a sec. I'm going to be using Ciro Marchetti's Legacy of the Divine Tarot. These are my twin flame shadows here. Sell out, you know. I don't think that's hidden at all. I think that the feminine and the masculine both know that they sold out, or that the masculine has sold out, okay? The masculine has sold out to his fears, perhaps to something that is just, you know, easy, okay? It's an easy kind of an energy. Queen of Wands, interesting. So Queen of Wands is Aries specific, but it's a fiery energy here. So it could be Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries specific. But this is an energy here. I've sold out. Instead of going towards my passion, instead of going towards what I wanted, I sold out instead. So the masculine's just kind of like coming through. He's still hiding from this, is what I'm seeing. He's still hiding from this fact that he sold out. Okay? He's hiding from it. But I feel like the feminine is aware of this. What about the feminine? Self-indulgent. And Eight of Swords. Interesting. Wow. Okay. So this is kind of a interesting energy. You can see here that the Eight of Swords shows a person who is sitting there or laying there, and she's got all these swords pointed at her, and she's got a blindfold on. She's completely trapped, so it seems. The Eight of Swords is mental entrapment, though. We can get ourselves out of this trap at any time. It's just our belief systems that we're trapped. We have self-indulgent. Self-indulgent is an energy here of somebody who might be just kind of like, you know, overindulging in things perhaps that aren't good for her. Okay, this could be overindulging in substances, food, you know, other relationships, sex, whatever it is. But the energy here is about feeling stuck like she cannot enjoy herself is what I'm also getting too. So while the mask, so it's kind of like hiding from this indulgent, hiding from something, using something to hide from something else. So it's kind of like, let's just say, using other things in order to perhaps get over something or disconnect from a feeling, not wanting to feel the feeling. And the masculine over here trying to sell out and not face what he does truly want. So we have two people that have desires here, but both of them are basically almost in a way sabotaging themselves or keeping themselves from really feeling the pleasure or the joy with themselves or just in life in general or with each other or all of the above. It's very interesting energy. But I definitely see that both the masculine and feminine are fearful. They're fearful of something. They're fearful of being stuck. Maybe the feminine is fearful that she'll never enjoy herself again, that she'll never be able to get out of this energy here where she can feel pleasure and love again. And maybe the masculine feels like he doesn't deserve perhaps a Queen of Wands. Maybe he's selling out to the comfortable, easy life of just kind of playing it safe. So that is, it's either going to resonate with you or it's not. So where are things headed? Okay. Where are things headed at this time? We're going to be using the Liminal Space Oracle combined with the Urban Tarot. Where are things most likely headed for the masculine and feminine at this time with the way that things are going? We're not using reverses today. Okay, so the Prince, this is the King of Wands. King of Wands is Leo specific, but we can be talking about any fire sign. Got a lot of fire in this reading here today. So we got the Aries, we got the Sag a couple of times. Now we're getting Leo. So Sag, Aries, Leo. It says the journalist. Okay. All right. So the Prince of Wands, like I said, King of Wands, this is like masculine energy. I see the King of Wands as somebody who is taking control of their lives, taking control of their creations, of their, of what they want to do, what they want to accomplish. Come back down to earth. So it says the journalist. Okay. So there's an energy. We did get the pen and creation card. So it did showcase that, now we have journaling, like journalists. So somebody writing something. So it could be coming back down to earth. So that means coming back down to like, there's sometimes people will spend a lot of time in meditation and then that 5D energy, and that's all good and everything. But the thing is, sometimes it's very difficult to operate in the 3D world in that energy. So sometimes we need to come back down to earth, kind of get grounded, so that way we can put that pen to paper and we can start creating something in our lives, going towards our goal, making our dreams happen, etc. Now we have the King of Swords. So the King of Swords is Aquarius, but it can be a Libra or a Gemini as well. So we have air. We have the hacker. What's interesting is we have the Observer card, which did show somebody at their computer. So I feel like people are on their computer and they're doing something. Okay. So this is about translating perhaps thoughts to the computer or something like that. So this could be aspects of someone's personality or just personalities at play in the future. This could be all masculine. It could be all feminine. But see, sometimes the feminine needs to get into her masculine side in order to get shit done. And that's just what I get. Mirror, mirror, look at this. We have two people mirroring each other. Interesting. So as one person gets strong, it mirrors back to the other person, helps the other person to move ahead in order to be healthier. So again, this just goes to showcase and prove, especially with twin flame dynamics, is that when one twin is down, the other one is feeling that energy. When your one twin is up and they're really evolving and they're moving ahead in life, it will help the other person to raise their vibration. Now, you're not able to heal them or to fix things for them, but your energy certainly, can inspire them to lift their vibration up. And so this just goes to prove here that, staying up in the clouds and not really getting anything done and just kind of being in that wishful thinking, fantasizing energy, isn't really helping the connection. Doing something, coming back down to earth, putting that pen to paper, creating something, moving ahead is going to mirror back some sort of aspect to the other person, your counterpart. So I feel like it's actually going to help. So it's about stepping into your power, stepping into your mission, doing something on your own. Even if you can't be with this person right now, it's going to mirror back to them something. That's what I'm seeing here. They might see you in a new light. They might start searching for you. They might start looking for you, thinking about you and thinking, I need to find this person again. I need to make contact with this person again. That is what I'm getting. Mirroring back to you what you have been feeling all along, perhaps. Last message. Six of Swords. Wow, the Six of Swords here, it says science. Okay, so this is interesting. So what this is telling me here is that there is some kind of like evidence, something that is moving forward. That's what the Six of Swords is. It's movement forward. We're coming out of rocky waters. We're going towards tranquility, calmer times. So I feel like this is the masculine and feminine, but a feminine might jump into her masculine side. And so when she does this mirrors some sort of strength to her masculine to take control of his life and to basically inspire him to want to make changes. I don't know why that's coming through, but it is. And help to take people out of this rocky times or things that they're stuck in. And look at this. It's not that deep. It's not that far away. It's not that far away, you guys. It really isn't. It's not that hard, is what I'm getting here. I know it might seem complex. I know it might seem it's so far off into the distance, or maybe perhaps it will never happen. And this is not wishful thinking. It's not about staying in wishful thinking, that this connection can maybe come back and work once again. But it really isn't that deep. Like, it's not that hard. It's not that far away. It's just not that difficult. So as long as we're just kind of taking care of ourselves and we're moving forward and we're just doing us, it's only a matter of time before someone is going to mirror back what the other person is thinking and feeling and doing and creating. And with each step that you take, I'm getting here, it's going to mirror back to the other person to also take steps towards healthiness, towards happiness, towards, doing things that they need to be doing for themselves. So it's a very empowering energy. So what the most likely not outcome, I don't really do outcomes. What's the most likely future look like? I see two people that are side by side energetically, doing things that they have to do, getting themselves out of a rocky time or situations that they might be stuck in, because it's not that hard. It's not that deep to get out. It only seems that way right now because people don't have the tools. But maybe one person in this connection is strong enough to conjure up that strength to get shit done, kick ass, take names, do what they came here to do. And that might be enough, perhaps, to inspire the person that they're connected to start to do the same and follow suit. Do you see? So it's like you're energetically transferring some sort of strength to your partner to balance their energies and to improve their lives. So that's why it's so important to take care of yourself. It really is. Sitting around thinking about it, being heartbroken, doesn't do shit. It just doesn't. Okay? Last message. Angel messages. We have angelic guidance and advice. Okay? So we're going to do the messages of love cards by All Things Intuitive. We're going to do a combination. This is the angel and guardian angel reading cards. So again, it's something I like to do. Combine two decks from the same creator. And the Archangel Power Tarot cards by Riley Valentine. What's some advice for the person watching this video? Oops. Let me just go ahead and grab the cards that fell, you guys, because I feel those fell for a reason. Let me get them. Oh, wow. Okay, so we have rejection. This rejection is actually divine protection. So this is the thing. This is all about the timing thing again. Something is not happening for a reason. You're being protected. Okay, so we might look at a situation as somebody's not coming towards us, somebody isn't making contact, or someone rejected us. It totally sucks, of course, but it's actually for your own divine protection because this person is just not ready. It might be because someone is still married. Okay, that could be it. But it also says that this relationship is moving towards a sacred union. Well, the thing is, if this connection right now is not in alignment, it's not going towards a sacred union at this time. But the work that you're doing, the work that they're doing, the work that you guys will be continuing to do is ultimately leading perhaps to this sacred union. Now, I'm going to take it a step further. Sometimes sacred unions are in the energy world, meaning that it may not be an actual physical, but it just depends on where you guys are at on your journey, whether you're okay with something like that. We have Angel of Soulmates. Interesting. Okay. Three of Pentacles. Okay. I'm getting a couple of different messages here. So this to me is a little tricky because, again, take what resonates with you. I'm not here to tell anybody, what to think about, your journey, your twin flame connection. If you guys are watching this video from that, standpoint. Some of us are just not meant for a physical union in this lifetime with our twin flames. Some of us are just, meant to feel this connection. We're meant to be awakened by this connection. We're meant to move towards our mission and come here to experience our divine purpose, while maybe our twin flame is still kind of stuck and just doing something else. And so rather than sitting around and not experiencing love, some people may choose other soulmates on their journey, okay? Now, some people might look at that and say, well, that's ridiculous. What's the whole point of a twin flame journey if you're not going to end up with this person? Again, I'm not telling you guys any kind of laws here. I am not a professional on twin flames. Actually, no one is, so don't buy into it. But the thing is, it's just all about what you want, your free will. At the end of the day, you and your twin flame have the free will to make choices. So If somebody is rejecting you at this time and they are in a marriage and you're wanting to move forward because you would like to experience love, or maybe perhaps you're getting older and you want to have a child, or whatever it is that you want to do, it may be that there are other people on this journey perhaps that you will start to open up yourselves to, okay? We also have a work-related situation. It could be a soulmate that you meet at work, some work style situation that brings forth perhaps someone else that's better suited to you than your twin flame if you're on that journey at this time. This could also be an indication that the angel of soulmates, as in the angel of the soul love, is helping the two of you to work things out right now on an energetic level to bring you back into a sacred union in the 3D world at a later time. So please take it as it resonates with you guys, okay? At the end of the day, you're going to know what message feels right to you. We have Angel of Abundance. So this is about allowing, opening yourself up to receive. We cannot open ourselves up to receive when we're closed-minded, when we're closed off and saying, nope, I only want it this way. I don't want it this way. I only want it that way. I'll only do this. I'll only do that. You know, being closed-minded, being closed off. The spirit cannot provide to us the gifts that are ours, that are rightfully ours in this life for happiness if we don't allow it. So some of us sit around and think something's not happening, it's not fair, yada, yada, all those things. But really what it is we're not stepping out of the way and opening ourselves up to, you know, happiness in all forms. Some of us are very fixated. I will only be happy in this particular situation or in this particular instance. And you're closing yourself off with that way of thinking. Now, I'm not saying you've got to go off of your person. It's just about being open to whatever spirit wants to put in alignment for you. Whatever is meant for you will come. 9 of Wands. Okay, so this is talking about staying determined and moving forward. So again, it is a card of hanging in there. It's been tough. It's been a long road. But the thing is, everything is happening for a reason. It's all happening a part of your trials and tribulations, a part of your growth. All of these things, you know, have definitely worked towards that. We're going to get one last message. I meant to get 3 on this one, but I went with what fell out. So let me just get one last one. Boundaries. Firm boundaries are needed now. Yeah. Okay. Angel of Adventure. Last message. The King of Cups has come up 3 times in this reading, you guys. Not an accident. Not an accident at all. So this is the deal. You want to trust. Okay, you do. You want to open up yourself up to a King of Cups. Now, some of you, the masculine may not be the King of Cups right now. Maybe they're growing into it. Maybe they'll be that person later. But right now, you know damn well that they're probably not that person, which is why you have your boundaries up, which is why you're staying firm, which is why you're not trying to invite this in at this present time, which is why you know it's going to take some time. So in the meantime, you might do something else for some. And some of you might just continue to work on yourself and do your own thing. Perhaps this will bless you later on. But we have Angel of Adventure, number 1. That means you. You're not going to sit around and wait for this. You're not going to sit around and wait for somebody. You're not going to sit around and wait for your king to show up. You're going to go out and you're going to basically live your life to the fullest. And when that shows up and it kind of just comes right in at the right time, the universe blesses you with this connection. With whatever kind of connection it is, it's just love from a partner who is ready to honor you, who is mature, who you can trust. So whatever that is, you're going to be ready for it. Okay? You're going to be ready for it. So again, a rejection from somebody could actually be a blessing later on, as in it's not the right time, or maybe for some of you, it's just not that person that you're meant to be with at this time. Or, I hate to say it, ever for some of you. Some of us may be trying to hold on to a partner that's just simply, it's just not going to get any better, or this person is just not going to grow. We've got to do what's best for us in the very end. We got to continue to take care of ourselves. But what I am getting here is that the angels are working on it. The angels are working on your divine connection, your soulmate connection, your twin flame connection, your love life. They're working on it, and they want this for you. They do. They want this King of Cups for you, someone that you can trust, somebody who has the ability to basically open themselves up to you. So if you're dealing with somebody who's, just staying stuck and they're just staying with another partner, or they are just too afraid to open themselves up to this kind of love, you are not afraid. You're opening yourself up and you're putting yourself into the alignment of somebody who is ready for you. So that's what I'm saying. You're opening yourself up. You're not being closed-minded. You're willing to go off onto a new adventure. And if this new adventure brings you and this person back together, fantastic. If it leads you into another direction, you're open to it. Okay? But again, at the end of the day, you got to do what feels right for you, you guys. So your angels at the end of the day just want what's best for you. But something isn't happening right now because these boundaries right now would get misconstrued. Somebody's not available because of marriage. So that's another thing. You shouldn't go down that road, right? So it's just telling you here, something's not happening for a reason. So until this gets cleared up, you might as well be in the energy of this adventure. Okay? And look, this person is with their friends. They're just chilling out. They're having a good time, right? The Three of Cups came up at the beginning of this reading. It's about having a good time, living your best life, okay? It doesn't have to be this hard, really doesn't. It doesn't have to be this difficult. It's only as difficult as we make it. These soul connections are only as difficult as we make it, bottom line. So let's get one last kind of final message. I just want to get another closing message. I want to get off that tip. What's a final closing message that Spirit has for us? Oops. I just dropped a bunch of cards. What is a final message that Spirit has for us? Wow. Look at this. Oh my gosh, you guys. Wow. We just had the card of boundaries. This says respect your boundaries when it comes to the masculine. Nourish the soul. Seek the lesson. One last message. Love without condition. At the end of the day, this is about loving this masculine without condition. That's really what the lesson is, you guys. It doesn't mean that you will not have this love, that you will not experience this beautiful connection with this person ever again. That does not mean that that won't happen. But right now, you've got to respect the boundaries of the masculine. I hate to say that. And the masculine also has to respect your boundaries too. Seek the lesson instead right now. Nourish your soul. It's time for you to nourish your soul, okay? Nourish the soul. Love without condition. Focus on yourself. Do your own thing for a while. If this masculine is meant to come back into your life, we can already see that he is working on it. So he's either going to or he's not. But in the meantime, you're going to continue to do your thing. So I know that some of you might say to yourself, it's the same message over and over again every single week, Angela. And you want to know what? As many times as it takes. That's what Spirit tells me. As many times as it takes to get the message through, to stop don't stop living your life on account of this soul connection, okay? You still have a life to live. There's still other things that you've got to tend to, such as responsibilities, jobs, work, life lessons, growth, development, other connections, other lessons and connections. There's still things besides just this connection. And some people get really caught up on this connection. It's the only thing that matters. It's the only thing they're focused on. And that right there is that energy of obsession. That right there is being bound to this connection. And that actually did come up for the feminine. So I feel like maybe in the collective right now, there are some feminines that are bound by this connection in a lower vibrational way. And there are other feminines that have already bypassed that energy, and they're in the higher energies of this connection. And so they're in that all-knowing energy to where they're not freaking out. They're not worried. They're not hanging on. They're not dying over this disconnection or the separation right now. They're perfectly capable to be fine on their own and do their own thing and live their own dream. And they're perfectly accepting that whatever the universe has in store for them, they're going to be ready for it when it's ready for them. That's it. So anyways, you guys, I hope you enjoyed the reading. Thank you so much for watching. And if it didn't resonate with you, no worries. Maybe I'll get you next time. All right, take care. Bye-bye.